I'm Pat Tormey, and we're here to talk about ClickOnceDeployment, one of my favorite things about Visual Studio 2005. I'll also make a little note on digital signatures as we go by. ClickOnce is all about making deployment less painful. It's at the moment you deploy your application for the first time that everybody finds out how great you really are. People are anxiously waiting, you're probably running a little late, and chances are you didn't get an opportunity to check it out on totally virgin machines running all possible configurations. ClickOnce will make you look smarter from the initial deployment to routine updates. Finally, something that works. We'll get started by looking at a little application I call Digital Signatures. Open my project. As you can see, I've already named the assembly. I like to check the references before I continue. Here I'll delete unused references. Kind of a nice thing. Check resources, some settings, and go to digital signing. Sign the ClickOnce manifest. I'll select from the store, where I have my thought certificate on file. Check out the certificate to make sure that it's current. And that the certificate is okay. And click OK. The timestamp makes sure that your application doesn't expire just because your digital signature happens to run out. And I like to sign the assembly. A strong name prevents other people from recompiling the application without knowing what your particular password was. So I'll make one up. And give it a password. You want to read up on strong naming. They're a very good idea. Okay, click Security. Here you see that ClickOnce already knows what security is required. And I'll enable ClickOnce Security Setting. Notice this is a full trust application. This is safe because ClickOnce only installs in the user's My Data application directory. Now on to Publish. Have to give it a publish location. As you can see, it can be a website, FTP server, or file path. We'll use a file path. It prefers a network address, and that makes sense for sharing a file. I'll keep one called deploy, and you can use anything that works for you. Your installation URL might be different from where you deploy it to. You could be deploying inside your firewall for presentation and delivery outside the firewall. I'll make it available online as well as off. Check the application files to see that everything's included. And check the prerequisites. Notice I can have SQL Express 2005 if I choose, or the .NET Framework 3.0. You can tell it where to download these additional prerequisites from. But we use the component vendor's site, which is the default. That'll take them to Microsoft for the current copy. Notice the revisions. I want to automatically increment the revision for each publish. Now on to updates. I'd like the application to check for updates, and I like mine to check before the application starts. Alternately, you can specify a minimum version for this application when it runs. Under Options, you need to include the publisher's name. I'll show you why this becomes important later. If you need to, you can include a support URL here. And for the moment, we'll leave deployment web page blank. And click OK. Now we can run the publish wizard or just publish directly. We'll run the wizard, which essentially just confirms everything we've already told it to do. Make sure it looks good to you. Make sure the application is available online or offline. And away it goes. What's going on is Click Once is building a setup file at the location where we instructed it. It seems we have no warnings or errors. That's from the current compile. And here's where it deployed to. As you can see, there's a setup file, and now I can run that. A window pops up asking if you want to allow it. Notice digital signature and the publisher name. Okay, and there we have our running application. Now let's take a look at what the user sees. Open the menu, All Programs, and under Foursquare Solutions we have both digital signatures and the support line. Click on Digital Signatures. The application is checked and then launched. Next, I'll make a small but obvious change to the application to create a revision 2. I'll set the background color to yellow. Build it to make sure it still runs. Well, that's impressive. I like that. So let's publish it. I'm going to select the project. Open up the properties. And this time we can go right to Publish Now. It already knows the configuration and will pump out Rev 2 to the deployed application. Okay, so let's take a look at what the user sees for Rev 2. Again, under Foursquare Solutions, Digital Signatures. Notice it's launching the application and checking for the update. And the user has that option. And there we are, our cute yellow background. Click Once also allows you to remove and roll back one layer of deployment. Let's see how that's done. Uninstall or change a program. Scroll down until I see digital signatures. There it is. Click on that. And up pops the option to restore the application to its previous state or remove the application entirely. I'll restore it. Now let's see what the user sees. Again, under digital signatures, it comes up cleanly with the gray background, exactly as the first edition did. So in summary, here's what you need to know. Click Once really works. It already knows what files you need. You can digitally sign your application. The user can roll back one version. And deployments are easy and automatic. But remember, Click Once only installs in the user's My Documents subfolder, which means each logged-in user has their own application, both by name and by version number. This is Pat Tormey. Try out Click Once. You're going to like it.